Welcome back. You are with News First. Speaking at an event held in Bingiria yesterday, leader of the Democratic Party, Sarath Fonseca, commented on the import of vehicles for the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting to be held in Colombo this November.
The S400 Benz has not been unveiled yet. 55 of these cars are being brought down for the summit. When the summit concludes after 2 weeks, all those in the family will be travelling around the country in those cars. If one of your children wanted to compete in a bicycle race, he would not have money to purchase a bicycle. But when the children of want to race cars, cars valued at 100 million were brought down for 20 million. Sarath Fonseca made this comment at a public meeting yesterday in Vallarava, Bingiria.
You're watching News First. Up next is Action TV.
A major problem plaguing the Sri Lanka Food Promotion Board, which was established under the National Hunger Eradication Act over the past 4 months, has finally been resolved. The problem was resolved with the resignation of the Vice Chairman of the Sri Lanka Food Promotion Board. The problem arose when the subject minister directly and the ministry secretary indirectly recommended that the Vice Chairman be paid a wage and allowances in spite of the fact that the act under which the board was established clearly notes that the position of Vice Chairman is not entitled to any wages or allowances. Although from January this year until the resignation of the Vice Chairman, these recommendations had been disregarded, the Vice Chairman was paid a wage between May 2010 and September 2012. From October 2012 to the 1st of January this year, the Vice Chairman had been suspended due to allegations of financial fraud against him being proven. Among the official duties executed by the subject minister on the 1st of January this year was the reinstatement of the Vice Chairman in his position, disregarding his earlier discrepancy. The Ministry Secretary has accepted the Vice Chairman's letter of resignation. However, this letter addressed by the Chairperson of the Sri Lanka Food Promotion Board to the Ministry Secretary shows that the Vice Chairman is yet to hand over assets belonging to the board that he had been using during his tenure as Vice Chairman. If the competent authorities have genuine enthusiasm to rescue the Sri Lanka Food Promotion Board from being a white elephant that wastes public funds, then the perfect backdrop has been created at present. This backdrop has been created through the expiration of the 3-year tenure of the chairperson of the Sri Lanka Food Promotion Board. It is the chairperson herself whose tenure has come to an end who has written to the subject minister, impressing upon him the importance of speedily filling the vacancy. Given that the chairperson has requested an extension of her tenure through this letter, it is important in the interest of national food promotion to pay close attention to this investigation report, which affirms that while farms belonging to the board went barren during the chairperson's 3-year tenure, during her time at the helm, the chairperson had also misused stores belonging to the board to provide free food for her pets at home. In addition, aren't the chairperson's face-saving actions during the 27-month tenure of the Vice Chairman of the board, during which numerous discrepancies occurred, make her guilty by association? Secretary to the President, this one is over to you.
විදේශ මුදල් මේ එක එකාට ලැබුණද කියන එකත් ආණ්ඩුවෙන් විභාග කරලා බලන්න කියලා මම ඉල්ලීමක් කරනවා.
In business news this evening, the Sri Lanka Customs Department has taken steps to simplify the process of calculating the value of imported used vehicles during clearance. Director General of Customs, Jagat Vijayveera, said that while under the prevailing system, vehicles were valued on a singular basis, and under the new system, valuations will be made on a category basis.
The Director General of Customs said that in the first phase of implementing this system, from the 31st of May, used vehicles that are imported into the country will be valued under 117 categories during clearance. Vijayveera pointed out that under the prevailing system, the public would not have had the opportunity to be informed of a vehicle's valuation until after it was cleared through customs.
We have come to a solution amicably with buyer and seller. It is in hereafter, it is no effect in the vehicle trade in the country. All vehicle owners know the price, the buyers, they know the price, seller, they also know the price. It is the equal level. that the chance and opportunity both sides gets. That's the win-win situation.
The Director General of Customs also said that under the new system, a large amount of revenue hitherto unavailable to the government would be acquired.
Investigations are underway to identify the suspects involved in the armed robbery that took place yesterday opposite a private factory in Jayala Ekala, where a sum of 7.5 million rupees was stolen.
Cash that was being brought from a bank by an official of the factory was thus stolen. The crime was recorded on the factory's security cameras in this manner.
The autobiography of Dr. Nandasiri Jacinthulliana, the director of the UN Office of Outer Space Affairs, was launched yesterday in Colombo.
A lifetime of work covering space activities naturally brought me in close contact with leaders in the field of space.
The Southern Star in Space, Dr. Nandasiri Jacinthulliana unveils his autobiography titled Same Sky, Different Nights. Dr. Nandasiri Jacinthulliana is the most recognized and reputed authority on outer space law in the world. In his 40-year-long career with the UN, he has held posts as the Deputy Secretary General of UN Vienna and the Director of the UN Office of Outer Space Affairs, and has been selected by the US National Space Society to its unique world list of 100 space people who have had the greatest impact on our lives.
I would hope that this book would be of some inspiration even to one person in the village like I was, that reading about me, that if he can do that, they will feel that that person too can do whatever this village boy did. That was the reason for writing it.
His autobiography was launched yesterday in Colombo, and this is about the journey that led him through the offices of UN, beginning in suburban Ambalangude at a time he was oblivious of the phenomenon called outer space. The author of the Manual of Space Law, Dr. Jacinthulliana, says space law simply means keeping order in space. He was at UN when UN initiated the drafting of the space policy, which was eventually signed in space and handed to him.
And so the treaties that we have written have banned the use of nuclear weapons and weapons of mass destruction from space, and it has kept the peace in space in the new domain for this long, and I'm most grateful that our work has resulted in keeping the peace at least in the new domain, and that space exploration is being used to benefit mankind.
Now, as mentioned at the start of the bulletin, world-renowned hairstylist and fashion guru from Italy, Saverio Parma, arrived in the island today. Parma is here for Sri Lanka's launch of the Regal Zero hair color of Best Beauty and Science based in Milan, Italy. News First Mahina Bongzo reports.
A warm welcome was extended to Saverio Parma upon his arrival at the Bandaranaike International Airport in Katanaika this morning. Parma will be part of the launch of Regal Zero, a new hair color brand introduced by Best Beauty and Science of Cosmex, an Italian company that has been a pioneer in the field of professional hair products since 1969.
È la bellezza e soprattutto stare insieme ai colleghi dello Sri Lanka e godermi.
Sri Lanka is a new place for me because I have never been here before. I am expecting to find something beautiful here and something better than Italy. Regal Zero is fantastic, new, and is a future hair color.
Gli altri tipi di colorazione che abbiamo a disposizione, che sono colori che in tutto il mondo hanno avuto grande successo.
Saverio Parma, who is the technical and creative director of Best Beauty and Science in Italy, has worked extensively in the hair fashion industry in Milan and around the world after beginning his career in 1980. One of the most popular international hairstylists, Saverio Parma's fascination with hair fashion has given his creations a unique edge, which he will present to the Sri Lankan fashion industry at the launch of Regal Zero. Regal Zero will be launched in Sri Lanka by Worldwide Brands Limited.